Oh, hi, Samara's face. That's exactly what we want to see as soon as we come out of a loading screen. That's just perfect. Couldn't have asked for more. Well, actually, we are done on Omega as far as I'm concerned. We've done all of our shopping. We've talked to Arya, and we have killed a psychopath. Oh, actually, speaking of killing psychopaths, you can instead choose to kill Samara instead. So if you did choose to side with Morinth in that last mission, or in that last little bit, then actually you'd end up gaining Morinth as a team member, and you would end up sacrificing Samara. Apparently nobody would really notice. I think Joker does. But that's about it. Nobody notices the drastic change in personality. And honestly, the two of them don't really look that similar. Not in my eyes. There's also the fact that how normally when you visit Samara, she's always meditating in front of the giant window. Now if you go to that room, or if you chose to kill Samara and keep Morinth, if you go to that room with Morinth in there, she's just chilling on the couch. Couldn't care less. I'm actually going to go see what Joker thinks of Samara, because I don't think we've actually asked his opinion on this. Not yet, anyway.
I'm glad things worked out, Commander. I was worried you'd dump Samara for some crazy soul sucker with a death fetish, all lithe and sexy and... Never mind.
Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't do that. Although, I'm pretty sure he would say the exact same thing if we did pick up Morinth. Actually, that seems like something he would say specifically if we did pick up Morinth, rather than actually keeping Samara. That's interesting. Why would you say that, Joker? Are you suggesting that I would do such a thing? Please, you need to have faith in me.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Okay, that's, see if he does that again.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
That's it for now.
Glitchy.
See you, Commander.
Ooh, wait. I want to see how things are doing in the cockpit with him and Edie.
Commander.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Poor guy. You think they'd have some sort of cure for brittle bone disease in the future, especially when they can rebuild this. They rebuilt Shepard. Good as new from what was basically stuff that could fit in a matchbox, apparently. Alright, let's read that message now. Oh, whoa, several messages. Trolling the blah blah blah. Concerns, keepers from Chorban. The guy from the first game. That guy we helped out by scanning a bunch of keepers. I hope this address still works. I know he doesn't talk like this, but whatever. I promise to send you intel on the keepers if I found anything, and this is important. See, those scans you took? It turns out the keepers are bioengineered, and based on my comparisons to some of that material from Saren's flagship Sovereign, they were engineered millions of years ago by the same people who made Sovereign. You may not understand how important this is, but it suggests that the Citadel wasn't really made by the Protheans. It may have been made by something far older, with the keepers as organic guardians. And what's more, blah blah, and what's more, based on my genetic readings, they're supposed to react to something. Some signal or something. I'm turning into Kirk. About every 50,000 years. You can measure genetic variances. It's a bit like comparing rings on a tree to see the drought years. Whoever did this, well, around the last time this signal went off would be around the time the Protheans disappeared. And it's scheduled to go off sometime around now. If any of the old tech still works, they could have some nasty surprises waiting for us. Just thought you'd want to know. Nobody here on the Citadel will listen to me. Chorban. Well, don't worry about that. The Protheans took care of it for us. We didn't even need to worry. So it's okay. I really feel like I should reply to him, but at the same time, maybe that's classified. So maybe he's not allowed to know. Men in black suits are gonna come and take him away. Admiral Daro Zen Vasmore. I can't. That Zen is the woman, and I can't do a female voice. And I can't do a convincing female voice. It's like a mocking female voice. I am not going to do that on camera. Maybe another time, but I will not embarrass myself further. Shepard Vest Normandy, I have been digging through the LRI. Just wanted you to know that I did find a few things from the experiments Rail Zora was conducting. Had you shared them with me, humanity might have reaped the benefits. Instead, once my own experiments are complete, you and your people will watch from a distance as the Quarian people reclaim not just their homeworld, but the largest synthetic army in the galaxy. Rail Zora's death will not have been in vain. I will complete what he started. Cordially, Admiral Daro Zen Vasmora. I hope I got some of the angst and, like, clear condescension coming through there. I hope I portrayed that well enough. Okay, before we get along with any of the other missions, we're gonna go visit Tali again. Why are we visiting Tali so frequently, you ask? Well, that's pretty much because she's our romance option now. You've got to keep visiting her.
Did you hear that we are sharing our deck with a Krogan?
Well, ain't that peachy?
That's it? Aw, I was expecting more. Especially more of a reaction from you, Ken. Like, no minor freakout or panic attack, or hoping he doesn't mess with any of the systems?
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
Sure. Let me just... Come on, you little boshtet! Oh, sorry. I've got a small fever and I'm taking it out on the poor drive core. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. Got sloppy while doing some suit repair.
You're sick? Do you need help or time to rest?
Really, it's not that bad. If a stray bit of bacteria could really kill us, we'd have all died by now. The fever should go away in a day or two. Don't worry, it won't affect my performance on the mission. It's not even an illness, really. What we experience is actually an acute allergic reaction.
Okay, which one do we want? Let's go with this.
How did you get sick this time?
I took some fire in a fight back on the Alarai. Nothing serious, but I needed to open my suit to check the wound. I disinfected properly, but one of the section seals had taken some damage, and foreign matter got out of the disinfected zone. It was a stupid mistake. You always check your seals before doing local treatment. Unless you forget. Then you get a damn fever.
You can seal off part of your suit?
Right. Like dropping emergency doors on a ship during a hull breach. It won't stop an infection that gets into my bloodstream, but it prevents a surface infection from spreading.
Interesting, so you get surface infections. Wow, that just sounds hard. That's a hard life, Tali.
How exactly does the sickness work? It's an allergic reaction?
Right. Say I get exposed to a human disease, like... What did Navigator Presley have that time? Chickenpox?
He had chickenpox that late in life?
But I'd run
Isn't
a
that
fever
bad?
as my
Like
system
deadly?
reacted to the
Or
foreign
potentially
presence.
deadly?
Depending on where it hits me, I could get other symptoms. Nausea, vomiting, everything you'd expect from being sick.
Were your immune system stronger before the Geth drove you from your homeworld?
Not as strong as those of most races, definitely. I'm not a biologist, but there's a theory about it. Because our planet lacked insect life, plants developed symbiotic relationships with large animals to spread seeds or pollen. Most viruses on our world were partially beneficial, so our immune systems evolved to be weak. They were more likely to adapt to contamination than fight it.
That sounds pretty cool. But then again, wouldn't your biology nowadays be more like be evolved to adapt to just other viruses rather than fight them? But that's what I'm picking up from this. But then again, she did just say it was a theory.
But Quarians colonized other worlds. They couldn't all have been like that.
They weren't. Most colonists went through a period of mild illness before adapting to the new environment. When the Geth took the homeworld in our colonies, the sterile environment on the flotilla ruined our immune system's adaptability. Even if we colonized a new world or reclaimed our own, we'd need a long process of bioengineering to recover.
Okay, so you did adapt to other Okay, see? These things make sense. I get it. I understand.
I don't know if I could live inside a suit my whole life.
We are in our suits even among family. The most intimate thing we can do with another Quarian is link our suit environments. We get sick at first, and then we adapt. It's our most important gesture of trust, of acceptance. I haven't trusted anyone enough for that, though. Except, well, no Quarians. You know what I mean.
This is where we're building the romantic bonds.
I appreciate the thought, Tally, and I feel the same way. But you don't have to prove anything to me.
I know. Well, not that I know, but I didn't mean it like that. It's wow, it's really hot in here. It's just that the tradition also signifies a willingness for, intimacy. I wasn't trying to... It's not always like that. It's more... how did we even end up talking about this?
This is funny. Oh, it's cute. Stumbling is cute, I'll be honest. See, that sounds kind of bad when you put it like that, Shepard. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you should say this. But we're gonna do it.
Wait a minute. It sounds like you're suggesting something, Tally.
What could I possibly be suggesting? I mean, a young woman gets rescued by a dashing commander who lets her join his crew and then goes off to save the galaxy? How could she possibly develop any kind of interest in him?
You have nothing to be embarrassed about, Tally. I feel the same way about you.
Really? I didn't know... You never... Well, good. Anyway, I should get back to work. But thanks for coming by and talking.
And boom. That is a romantic connection done and dusted. I don't think we actually need to talk to her anymore after this, but I think we'll try one more time after our next mission. Speaking of our next mission, I don't actually know...
Jack would like to talk with you, Commander.
Yeah, she's gonna have to wait. I don't actually know where I want to go next. Usually in between recordings, I kind of figure out everything that I want to do in the next recording set and have everything planned, but right now, I'm unsure. We are going into uncharted waters right now. I'm not going to secure that smuggled cargo. We're not doing the IFF. I think I actually want to do all of the loyalty missions before we do these DLC missions. And actually, I kind of want to save this for after the game. Right. Well, it looks like we may have to talk to some people. Let's ask what's-her-face, Kelly, about who we need to talk to. There's Miranda and there's Jack. But I think there might be somebody else we haven't talked to yet.
You had me so worried when you were trapped on the collector ship. Thank goodness for Edie.
The Normandy crew delivered, including you.
You're too kind. We were there to help, but Edie gets the credit this time. The elusive man made sure Edie was installed for this mission. Now I see why. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Operative Lawson would like to see you at her station on the crew deck. Garrus received some news that put fire in his eyes.
Garrus. That's who we're
going to
talk to.
With him down in the main battery. Jack would like to see you down in her hidey hole on the engineering deck. Anything else, Commander?
Nope, that's
That'll be
all
all.
I wanted to know,
I'll be here
actually.
if you need anything.
Oh, also, weren't we going to check up on somebody when we were visiting Garrus? Ah, that's right. I wanted to go to the crew quarters. See the conversation that's going on in here.
What's wrong?
They lost contact with New Canton. Might be the collectors.
Did your family get out of there?
I don't know. There's no communications yet.
I'm sure they're safe. You'll see.
Crewman Patel. Why does Patel sound so familiar? I mean, there's obviously the Scott Pilgrim reference. Matthew Patel, the first Evil X. But I mean specifically to this game. I could swear there was another Patel we come across. I think it was the woman from Internal Affairs back on Nevaria who we met back on Ilium for the second time. I think her last name was Patel.
Hey, got a minute?
That's why I'm talking to you.
It must have been really hard for Samara to ask you to help kill her own daughter. She told me she really appreciated your help. As hardcore as she is, I'm not sure she could have done it without you.
Actually, I think Jack might... Not Jack. Kasumi. How did I even get you two confused? I'm so sorry, Kasumi. My bad. I think Kasumi might have known that Samara would have been different if we swapped her out for Morinth.
I'm glad to hear Thane and his son are back in touch. It'll be hard, but I think they'll be fine. I'm really glad you got Tally out of trouble with the migrant fleet. It's hard to see her upset. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Cool, so she just kind of has opinions on the loyalty missions we've just done. That's fine. Right. Well, let's go to Garrus, who is all the way down there.
Thank you, Commander. Rupert put the new supplies to good use.
Sweet. That means everybody's eating good food now. And you know who that includes? You know who's part of everybody? Me. It's important Shepard gets a good diet.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I've got something. I may need your help. You remember Sidonus, the one who betrayed my team? I found a lead on him. There's a specialist on the Citadel, name's Fade. He's an expert at helping people disappear. Sidonus was seen with him.
What happened? How did Sidonus betray your team?
He tipped off the mercs, told them where our base was.
Wait, we already know about
He
this,
drew
don't
me
we?
out with a false job, then let the mercs hit my team. My men weren't prepared. They tried to hold them off. By the time I got back, there were only 2 survivors. They didn't last long. All 10 of them dead. Because of him.
What are you planning to do when you find him?
You humans have a saying, an eye for an eye, a life for a life. He owes me 10 lives, and I plan to collect.
Well, actually, I think we just leave it at an eye for an eye. We don't really expand it to a life for a life. I know it's like, if you were reading the subtitles, he separated those. But the way he was saying it, God, that is not what we do.
You sure that's how you want to play it?
I'm sure. I don't need you to agree with me, but I'd like your help.
Usually you'd get my help if I agreed with you, but you're a friend, Garrus. You're my best friend. So we'll do it.
Where do we find Fade?
I've arranged a meeting. We'll meet him in a warehouse near the Neon Markets down on Zakera Ward. Thanks, Shepard. I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
Well, I'm taking the time to help pretty much everybody else here. So we might as well. I mean, come on, there's no Shepard without Vicarian. Best friends for life. So I don't have to agree with you to help you. You know, I guess it couldn't have hurt to actually talk to Miranda and Jack. I mean, we didn't have to do their missions yet, but we could have still talked to them. It would have been fine. Not the Omega 4 relay. We want this one. That would have probably brought an early end to this game if we went for the Omega 4. Oh, and now we can actually go shopping on the Citadel, which I kind of forgot to do with some of the other shops. And we also get to pick up that package that Mr. Ish, said would be here. Unfortunately, the package that we need to pick up is on the upstairs floor, and we've already shopped in the upstairs. Like, there's only one shop there. We shopped there already, and there's nothing new there because we bought things recently. Pretty much all of the stores get refreshed, I think, for Disc 2, like the transition between Disc 1 and Disc 2. Well, obviously we have to bring Garrus, and ooh, Samara has a new outfit. I don't know which I think is better. I think black is better. It's more fitting of a deadly assassin. And I think we should probably bring Samara, because I want to upgrade her a little bit. She now has her Reeve ability. That's her loyalty power, which you know what it does because we've been using it the whole game. I think that's like one of the first things I upgraded. Samara. Yes. Upgrade your Reeve. I am now going to dedicate all points into her Reeve function, and pull can be saved for last, if we even get enough points for that. And No, there's nothing I can do for you, Garrus. I'm sorry. Alright, is there anything we can do out here? I was wondering if there was anything we could talk to them about here.
I thought it might be nice to come back here and see how it's changed, but it's just like it was. Same dirty streets, same unrepentant scavengers, same revolving door prisons.